What is up, Cowboys Nation? Your boy Mike Tag here. It's game day, so I guess we got nothing to do, but we just got to see if we get this thing right. We got the Falcons and the Cowboys. Make sure if you guys are checking us out for the first time, hit that subscribe, hit the like, hit the share. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. Can you hear me all right? I don't know if something's going on with my audio is acting a little funky for some reason. I don't know what happened, but let me just shut it off and turn it back on. Hang on 1 second. Get it back on and see what happens. But hopefully you guys can, you guys hear me all right? Hang on a second here. Hang. See if this thing's right. Hopefully you guys can hear me good there. So let's test. I think we got it going on. So here we go. Appreciate it, man. It's been a long evening. Got that extra hour of sleep, so I'm wide awake. I'm hungry now. It's lunchtime. Getting ready for this game. But first of all, we've got some breaking news. So we got to bring on our man on the street. My main man, Mr. Mikey Schefter, is going to be in the house. And let's get this thing right. Mikey, what is happening, my man? What's the latest you're hearing?
So what I'm hearing is this is about Zeke. I got two breaking news per sources. Zeke is out because he kept missing team meetings. I guess you get 3 strikes and you're out.
3 strikes and you're out. I mean,
right.
This has been going on all year, and now it becomes a big deal. This is just the drama that we're seeing with these Cowboys. It's everything that doesn't relate to football. It's just all this outside noise. So he missed 3 he's been late to some team meetings. He got rewarded last week for some playing time, but now it's an issue. Now it's an issue.
Yeah. And then this one's pretty bad. Trayvon Diggs will be a game time decision. I heard he practiced, but they said he's a game time decision.
And
per sources.
And did he say he got hurt in the game, or when did this injury happen? Because he seemed like he was all right. I don't remember any injuries. He ran out of the locker room pretty quick to confront the reporter, but now he's got a tear in it. Is that
it's
what
a calf? I'm hearing it's a calf injury. So either he must have got hurt in practice or later on in the game, and maybe the adrenaline was getting to him, and then maybe but
all right.
Yeah, calf injury.
Well, we will see what happens. I appreciate it, man. We will check back with you.
Course.
If you get any other breaking news, we'll be stepping in. So appreciate it. All right.
Yep.
All right. So you heard my man Mikey Schefter with the breaking news of what's going on. So we have this Zeke situation, and the whole thing confuses me. My personal opinion is this is just they're going to play Dalvin, they're going to play Rico. If they look good, Zeke's days are numbered in Dallas. And I mean, really, someone had reached out to me and said, "Hey, is this really going to matter?" He hadn't really done anything all year, so I really don't think it matters. And I agree. Someone challenged me for this, Ultra, because I said I would get Restrepo on this team. They said we need someone bigger, we need someone faster. I need playmakers. You give me Restrepo on this team, and I'm feeling pretty damn good. He's not a first-round pick. You're going to be able to give him the mid-rounds. The last Miami Hurricane that I bitched and moaned and begged the Cowboys to get was this no-name kind of, people knew him, but they really didn't know him, this little kick returner named Devin Hester. And I begged the Cowboys to get him, and the Bears ended up getting him, and look how that career turned out. So anyway, we'll see what happens. But it is just, in the 90s, you didn't have all this social media, so it wasn't as out there, but it is a full ring circus in Cowboys Nation right now with these Dallas Cowboys. You've got infighting. I'm seeing all these content creators are fighting amongst each other. I think we're going to set up some matches to settle this for once and for all. Let's get in a squared circle and let's have some fun with it. Cowboys aren't showing a lot of fight on the field, so let's just show some fight in the ring. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this team. I want to look at this game and like, I'm not a give up guy. And I appreciate all you guys that appreciate that about me. Some don't like it, but it's just my mindset. I don't quit. I don't look forward. I look for now, and it's 1 week at a time. And this team has got to perform. And damn it, I need a win, man. My Canes are doing good. They're 9-0. I'm feeling great about that. But I mean, I just need to go. I just need to feel good on a Sunday, man. And you're looking at this game and you're like, well, what could make you feel? What could actually make you feel good today? What hope do you have? And the only thing I could say, the Atlanta Falcons on paper, it's no match. I mean, they outmatch our defense. Their receivers against our defense the way it is now. Their running game against our defense. There is just nothing that would tell you that they can win this game. Except I'm going to give you a couple things to think about. And again, these are just hopes. First thing is the Falcons defense, not so great. Pass rush, even worse. They've had 6 sacks as a team through 7 games. So they got no pass rush. So if they get pressure on Dak Prescott, we are in serious trouble for the rest of the year. Let's just put it that way. They should not be touching them. They should not be touching them. What's up, Frankie? Game day. The other thing that I would hold my hat on is Vegas. Now, interesting enough, I don't like to mess with Vegas, but Vegas had Dallas 2.5-point underdog on the road with the shitty team that we're putting out on the field right now. That's odd to me, very odd. And then what do? It's driving money to Atlanta. And now the money's gone heavy to Atlanta, and the point spread went up to, I think, 3, maybe 3.5 by now. So that is interesting to me, because Vegas is pretty smart. So there's signs to it. Kirk Cousins is 2-9 in his lifetime against the Dallas Cowboys. So there are a lot of things that give you kind of praise. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a depleted receiving core had their way with the Atlanta Falcons, and arguably a very questionable call against Pitts, which deemed to be he did fumble before he reached the goal line. We saw another video that the local news here in Tampa had. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers with that roster beat the Atlanta Falcons. So Atlanta is streaky. Atlanta is the team that when they're hot, man, they're hot, and they could be a problem. This offense puts up 30 points religiously. We've put up 30 points once, so that doesn't bode well. But when Atlanta's bad, they're bad, and they're just a Jekyll and Hyde team, and that's why they were one of my disappointments, because I thought this team would be much better. This far into the season, obviously getting Kirk Cousins, the weapons they have on offense. They made some defensive signings that you thought, okay, they're going to get things rolling on defense, but it hasn't really worked out for them. So this isn't a game where if Dallas wins, I'm going to be like floored and shocked and said, oh my God, I can't believe that Dallas win. I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas wins. I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas gets blown out. I think it's going to be one of those kind of weird games. So it's going to be interesting to see. So let's see. 4 of our best defensive ends are out. I mean, that's all season. I mean, that's been a problem. The injuries that these Cowboys have had is just, it's been more than we've bargained for. You've got, obviously Parsons. I thought he'd be back. He's not. Nealon, you hope he gets back at some point. Sam Williams, obviously gone for the year. Tank, I don't think you're going to expect him coming back anytime soon. So the defensive line is absolutely depleted. If they can't get a pass rush on Kirk Cousins, you might as well call it a day. And they've been spotty. Obviously the secondary. If Diggs doesn't play, you're getting Carson back, but then you're right back where you started in the secondary. So it has just been one body blow after another with the defense. But so I give them a pass. But what disappoints me the most about this team, and we kind of knew it with the lack of running game, and we'll get into that, is the offense. The offense has been very, very disappointing. Dak Prescott's been very, very disappointing. And this is going to be one of those games. If the Cowboys have any chance of winning, they got to get Dak Prescott's going to have to carry him on their back, and he's got to make good decisions. He's got to use his legs when needed. And I'm not asking him to run for 500 yards. Man, I'm just asking him, when you see an opportunity to get 5 yards on a first down, just take it and slide. That's it. You have to, no contact, no nothing. But for him to have pretty much no rushing is just, at this point, it's kind of embarrassing to me. So anyway, let's bring in our man. He's on remote. He might be at the game. He might be at the game. Let's see if our man Jimmy Dee is in the house, and let's get this thing right. Jimmy Dee, what is happening, my man?
Is this thing work? Can you hear me? Is it working?
I can hear you. Can people hear Jimmy? Because the weird thing's going on with my mic is I hear everything through my headphones, but when you and Mikey are on, I'm not hearing it. It's coming out of the station. So someone tell me, can you guys hear Jimmy Dee talking? Give me a thumbs up.
They hear me. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to take care of our business. You know what, Mike Tag? You stepped on my toes a little bit this morning by suggesting that the Cowboys have a chance at winning. That's not happening today.
No.
Not happening.
Wait, I need to see. Can they hear Jimmy?
Yeah. Ultra.
All right, Jimmy, they can hear it. Frankie said they can hear. Yes. I don't know what the hell's going on with my system because I can't hear you. I can hear you, but you're not coming through my headphones. So whatever. So Jimmy, you're hyped up. You have a right to be, right? You're gonna beat up a wounded animal. Maybe you slap us around a little bit. That makes you sleep well at night. Maybe that makes up for the Yankees' embarrassing performance in the World Series. If that makes you feel good, that makes you feel good. But wait a minute, Jimmy. We've got breaking news, and when we got breaking news, that means we got to get Mikey Schefter in here. Let's get this breaking news going.
All right,
Mikey,
so breaking news.
What are you hearing? You hearing anything for the Falcons? What's going on? What's the latest?
Nothing from the Falcons yet. This is about the Giants.
What do we got?
The Giants will not bench Daniel Jones until eliminated from the playoff contention.
Well, that should be today then.
That's interesting. That's interesting now. Why not just bench him now? You might as well just bench him now.
I know. Well, thank you for the late news. We're getting you guys up to kickoff of all your teams. We got Mikey Schefter. Whenever he hears that breaking news, whenever he's got that phone, he's got his cell right next to him. He's getting all the latest and greatest. He'll be back in. All right, Mikey, we'll catch back up with you. All right, Jimmy, let's talk about it. Where do you want to begin with this game? Where do you want to begin?
You know what? I will give you one thing, the pass rush. Our pass rush has been good, not great. We get the Dak Prescott. I started the Falcons in fantasy football today because I know we're going to get the points, baby.
Stinks! You ain't going to be.
We're taking care of our business today.
What do we got, Jimmy? Go ahead.
I sat the Jets, played the Falcons, DST. I'm getting points today. If we get the Dak, I know there's going to be at least 2 interceptions. And I look at it. Jimmy throws shit. You know what, Ultra? Shh. You mind your business. You mind your business. I don't want to talk about the Yankees. It's Sunday. Baseball's over. We're forgetting about that. That's over.
We don't want to talk about it. I know you don't want to. If they would have won the World Series, we'd be talking about it today.
Oh, you're right.
Hey, and give Jimmy a happy birthday, my man. He beat me to the punch. He turned that big 5-0. He's out there styling, profiling. I heard he was hanging out at the Hard Rock with the whale. You saw the money that man was dropping.
Yeah,
all over the place. So Jimmy, happy birthday.
But thank you, kind sir. But the whale must be hard times for the whale because he was complaining about $20 on the bill last night. So I don't know if he had a bad day in college football, but he was bitching about $20 on the bill at dinner last night. So I don't know what's up with that. We know that Mike Tag and Uncle Cheech wouldn't do that, but the whale was complaining a little bit last night.
He had them alligator arms. He must have lost at the the day before.
Our other friend was with him. So he's got alligator arms.
Let's break this game down a little bit. How confident? Your secondary got some names. They do have some names, but they've given up a lot of yards. I mean, against Tampa, a couple times, especially this last one, Tampa had like no-name receivers, and they kind of put some. So are you confident in your defense to shut the Cowboys down, or do you think it's going to be one of these high-scoring kind of games that you guys are, let's say obviously you think you're going to win? Do you think it's going to be a high-scoring game where you're going to blow the Cowboys out, or do you think it's going to turn into one of those shootouts that we've had in the past with the Falcons?
Well, so if you look at our games, besides Seattle, where we got rolled, against Seattle, the games have been close. Tampa Bay, it's a division rival. You know how that works, man. I mean, it doesn't. Even if you guys play the Giants, theoretically, you should kick their ass, but it's a division situation. So with Tampa, that's the way it was. And you know what? Last week, it wasn't for a bad handoff to Tyler Algier, then we roll them. That that botched the botched handoff at the goal line led to a safety, and so I kind of let garbage points.
I saw Kyle Pitts. They had Tampa. I think it might have been Rock. Rock had the angle. They showed it on their camera phone. He fumbled the ball before the goal line. Did you see that? You acknowledge that now that it's over, or you just saw no evidence?
You know what? There was no evidence. I didn't see the Polaroids. I didn't see any evidence to suggest to overturn that call.
I
got news for you. If that touchdown was called off, he would have been cut.
Yeah, that wasn't good. So do you think? So you think it's going to be? You think your secondary is going to contain, or do you think what about the running? What about your run defense? How's the run defense against I mean, we got a 32nd ranked rushing offense. Now you're going up. I mean, we're no cream puff here.
So Simmons was out the last game and half the game before that. Richie Grant, who was the starter before Simmons came on board, he got the big INT last week to take care of our business. The rushing game, look, we got we've talked about it week after week. It's a two-headed monster in this league, okay? And with Bijan, I mean, not only is he rushing, he got 600 yards rushing, he's receiving out of the backfield. So you got that double threat situation, and that's tough to contain. And when Cousins is on, he's on. And you know what? Look at the stats: 14 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Hey, Jimmy, you want a beer?
Give me a beer.
There you go. Whoa! Pick 6 again. God damn it, Dak.
Is that a 49er talking shit? What are we gonna do?
We got Giants fans. We got Moose, the Giants fan.
I know that isn't a Giants fan talking shit. That can't be a Giants. That ain't no damn Giant fan. Now, I will take it from the 49ers, even though they're not that good either. The teams that you thought were going to be good ain't very good. I mean, it's just been one of those kind of funky years. But God damn it, I know the Giants aren't talking shit. I am rooting for them today.
You got to root for them today. Yes,
I am rooting.
Of course. No, but drinking out of a hangover. Steve, oh yeah, there's a little hangover going on today. I can tell you that. We had a good time last night.
Yeah.
But but get back to the point.
I just want to. Can the Cowboys get a one-headed monster at running back? I don't even mind. Can I get a puppy? Can I get a dog? Can I get something at running back? We need to get this running game going. I don't know. I don't know if we get it going today. I don't know how good your rush defense is. How have you guys been against the run?
Against the run, we're good against the run. It's like I said, I don't want to say it's a problem. It's a concern. We got to, our pass rush. We need to put more pressure on quarterbacks. That's what killed us in Seattle against Geno. Obviously, Baker Mayfield. I said before, it's a division game, but in the same token, man, he put up some friggin' yards on us, man. So we got to get to the quarterback more. And again, look, I'm obviously friends with the Cave, so I'm trying to be respectful here. But
man, this is your team.
We get to Dak.
Look, we've taken enough beatings, and this is we're going to have to take the beatings that we got to get, and that's just kind of the way it is. And my Canes are 9-0, so I'm feeling okay about that. But I hold no punches. I mean, we've got infighting within our own family. We got Cowboys content creators, they're ready to set up a ring. I'm waiting to see if we get maybe a fight breaking out or something like that. We got anger everywhere. We've got anger directed to Jerry. We've got anger directed to Dak. I mean, all of this is kind of justified where we're at. I mean, you see it, and, you know, I did the best I could to do a hype video, but how do you get hype, you know, for what you're seeing? I don't give up. That's just my DNA. I know a lot of people are quitters, and that's just what they do and how they want to be. And I don't hate on it. It's just, I watch the games to win. Like, if I stop watching Dallas, that means I just got no more interest in it. But if I'm sitting my ass down in the chair and giving 3 hours of my time, God damn it, I want to see a win. I lived through the Hurricanes. They had some rough times. I mean, I sat and watched through those games. So it is what it is. I said the Cowboys need to go 2-2 in the next 4 games. The 2 games I had them winning, I had them beating Atlanta, and I had them beating Philly. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. But you bring it, Jimmy. You can squash us, kick us when we're down if you want to.
No, you know what? You're talking about giving up. I mean, Kelly threw in the towel. I was listening Wednesday night. What the hell, man?
I mean, and like I said, I don't hate if that's the way people feel, because this season, you know, for what the ownership did and the lack of moves they've made, and it's just been a drama-filled year. I mean, it's really embarrassing. As a fan, it's embarrassing. The stuff you're hearing with Zeke, the stuff you're hearing, you know, Diggs going out there, the owner just acting like an ass on the radio. All this stuff that you're seeing, it's just, you know, it's nothing that I like. You know me, man. I'm not big on the interact, you know, all the drama. I'm just not that way. I just want to watch some football. I want my team to focus on football. I want to see them win. That's what I want. That's all I want. And this year's been everything but that. That's why, thankfully, my Miami Hurricanes, they've been about football. There's been no drama. Everything is focused on winning. Everything is, what's the next game we got to win? It's not looking far ahead. It's one game at a time. They want to be 1-0 after next week when they go to Georgia Tech. And that's, unfortunately for the Cowboys, it's not that. How do you see it as an outsider? Am I wrong? You're entwined with the Caves, but you know, in the Cowboys, but you have no vested ties to the team.
No, you know what? It's ridiculous. Oh, we're playing for picks. We got, you know, draft picks on. To me, that's crazy. Why are you a fan? If you're looking forward to next season, you don't know what tomorrow brings. You're not going to root for your team today. Give me a break. I see SoCal in there. Oh, the season's over. Ultra. So who was it? It was SoCal or Ultra says I'm passing out oil or the baby oil Diddy parties. Yeah, you were the one who fronted me, bro. So nice try. But why would you give up on your team? I don't care if it's, you know, you're way under 500. You don't give up on your team. You root for your team. You don't root for draft picks. You don't root for, you know, next season. You want to win now. You know, it's kind of like the Yankees. Like I'm pissed we lost. We World Series, but I'm still pissed we lost. You know. Yeah. I mean, yes.
That says it all.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
But there's no get. I mean, what faith? I mean, you're like, oh, next year. What faith do you have that it's going to be any better? I mean, yeah, realistically, I mean, it's like, you know, there's bigger problems. There's bigger problems, and you know, so I don't know. I mean, I said this was going to be an up and down season. I said it in the beginning. I said, you know, beginning of the year, I said it's going to be ebbs and flows. They've got to survive after Houston. The schedule kind of gets a little, you know, it starts to get a little favorable for them. They had to be in the hunt by the time that Monday night game I'll be at, you know, against the Texans. They've got to be hovering. It could be 5-4, could, you know, whatever it ends up equaling. I don't know what it equals there. But they got to be hovering around 500. And the funny thing is I even went back to our schedule predictions, and I went back to get, because I told Kelly this. I was like, hey, look at, you know, not for nothing. At this time, right now, the Cowboys are, what are we, 3-4?
Yeah.
Right? We're 3-4. The record that both him and I had the Cowboys right now is 4-3. So the record isn't far off, but it's the way they're losing, right? The way they're losing is what is really disheartening, I think, for the fan base.
Well, I'm looking in the comments. I mean, geez, again, there's several comments about people just giving up and the season's over. So what are you watching for? Watch friggin' golf or NASCAR or whatever today,
Well,
if that's the case.
That's the funniest thing is, Jimmy, is when the Cowboys lose and there is, drama. I hate to say it, it's good for business. You get more views, you get more interest, you get more comments, you get more of this. It's unlike it's the most toxic fan base I've ever been a part of, right? Because I don't really see this in Miami so much with the Canes and I grew up a Mets fan. This was before all of that stuff. I'm not as big as base, so I don't know if you see it. I mean, I would equate it to like the Yankees. I mean, the Yankees is a fan base as toxic as the Cowboys?
We got a rough fan, but we'll tell it like it is. But no, it isn't like. So obviously we're here. We're a few of us in from New York and all that. And we're pissed, but it's not like no, it's not even close. And it starts with Jerry. Jerry Jones just creates that toxic environment.
He does.
He does. That's your problem. I mean, again, hashtag fire the GM or fire Jerry, whatever. That is your biggest problem right there. He has, look at Arthur Blank. I mean, he's owned the Falcons for 23 years now. He'll stay on the sidelines but he keeps his mouth shut. He doesn't make any call. Look at your coach is a lame duck coach. He don't care right now.
I feel bad for him. I know a lot of people want to shit on McCarthy. I wish McCarthy, and he's going to say it after this year, unless he's looking for another job, but he may be done with everything. I'd love for him to be real and just say it the way it is, the way this organization is run. Because the thing is like you watch the press conferences with him, you can just look at body language and just kind of look at facial expressions, and that usually tells a lot. And he's biting his tongue so many times, but his body language gives it away what he really feels. And it's painful. It's painful, and I wish they should have just let him go and been done with it, or he could have walked away, or whatever it is. It's just it's bad. I mean, it's bad, and I always say you got to win in spite of Jerry, and you got to win in spite of that. But I just don't. It's hard to do. It's hard to do.
Well, you know what it is. I mean, well, first of all, the NFC East, you know that Philly can tank quick. We saw that last year. So the NFC East is in play. And Washington wins last week with a crazy Hail Mary at the end of the game. So that that division's in play. So but taking a step back here, we talked 2 months ago about you had to sign Dak Prescott, you had to sign CeeDee Lamb. But my contention at that point is I said you have a lame duck coach before the season. So I mean, what guarantees does he have? And that's the thing. He's part of the circus. He's getting stepped on by the owner. I mean, if I'm him, I'm just like, whatever. He's going to land a job elsewhere if things don't go right this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so. It's funny, like I said. But I'm not. Maybe I'm numb to it because I've been a fan so long. So it's funny. Like I know a lot of people. They want to throw their TVs and this and that. I'm just kind of like I roll with the punches, man. I've been rolling with the punches, and I look back and. You got to look back to the good times, and just you hope that something, there's some sort of light that comes on, because it is just kind of weird. You look at the division, you look at, Philadelphia. Philadelphia looked fantastic last week. They look fantastic. But if they lost to the Jaguars today, it wouldn't shock me. And I think Washington is been fortunate, with some of their schedule. I've watched it. Their defense is, I dare say this. I can't believe I'm going to say these words come out of my mouth. Their defense is worse than Dallas. Their run defense is worse than Dallas.
Yes.
So it's, they've been, but they win, and you can't argue that. You win the games that are in front of you, and that's what you got to do. But it's just a weird year. But I've never seen where the gap is so wide between the elite team, especially focusing with Dallas, the elite team, and let's say Dallas. It ain't even close. I mean, they saw it with Detroit. I'd say Detroit's probably the cream of the crop of the NFC, and it's not even close. Would you disagree with that, Jimmy?
No, I agree with you, and I never thought I'd be saying that at this point in the season. Carl, I love Carl. He's wishing pain for the Cowboys fans, and there's no hope. The NFC East is up for grabs. Carl, you know what's going to happen. You guys, the Eagles lost like 8 out of 9 or whatever they did at the end of the season. So they're a team that is inconsistent. So I wouldn't be talking all that shit right now if I was you. Okay. And Ultra, who is it? Or was it SoCal or Ultra? I don't have because I'm on link today. I don't have access to the comments to put them up. But somebody said something about I'm not even watching the game. What's the deal? I mean, we can watch golf and that. Are you going to root for your team? I mean, come on. I mean, we've gone through some hard times as Falcons fans. And I still watch. Are you kidding me? Here.
No, I think I saw something about Dak. I mean, Dak Prescott played like shit. I mean, you can't. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to give him a pass. I mean, but what I will say, just not for Dak Prescott, but for any offense, you have to have the threat that you can run the football. You have to have some ability to run the football. And if you can't run the football, you're going to have a very hard time with your offense. And I think the Cowboys have seen it. People talk about McCarthy and, it's archaic and this and that. Maybe there's a reason why it looks archaic, but this is the same fucking offense that was, tops in the NFL last year. Same. I mean, there's nothing different. There's nothing different about it. Same guy calling the play, same everything. You have no running game. They at least had the threat of a running game. They didn't have a great running game last year, but they had the threat of it. And for them to go blind and not draft a running back, not get something, that cemented a lot for me is where this is going to be a tough year. And that's why I said there's going to be a lot of ups and downs because there's a lot of hope. I mean, I think the offensive line is getting better. You saw Guyton play better. Beebe's been playing good. They're going to get better as the year goes on, as they get more continuity. But what's not changing is the running game. I mean, you got what you got, and I don't know if they're ever going to be able. I mean, the longest run I think a running back has is like 12 yards, 12 or 13 yards.
I mean, again, you had Dalvin Cook riding the practice bench up until last week. I mean, that's stupid. And you know what I mean? Look at Steve. Put my comment out. I can't put your comment out. Steve, I don't have access to you. There we go.
For Jimmy, Atlanta or NFC contenders this season? Atlanta, Detroit are the teams to beat in the NFC. Happy birthday, Jim. Happy birthday.
I appreciate the birthday wishes. And hey, Camel Piper, man, I saw your comment. You got to hand off. Give me the handoff. I need a beer right now. Come on, game time.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you look at the NFC. You're looking at the NFC, and obviously Green Bay and Detroit are playing today, so that'll be an interesting battle there, right? Kind of figure things out. Minnesota, I think we kind of talked. They're going to fall a little bit. I mean, Darnold's good story, but now that you're starting to see them kind of, lose their way. Washington, I'm not a Philly fan. You guys know Philly is going to annihilate them. Watch, they'll annihilate them. I said it. They're going to annihilate Washington. So I don't think Washington's a contender. Out west, San Francisco is not the San Francisco that you're used to. Now, maybe they get McCaffrey back later. Maybe they get something going there, but they've had a decent running game. They just don't look as good as they had in years past. So Atlanta's right in the mix. I mean, Atlanta to me is just consistency is what I just haven't seen enough with Atlanta. But there's plenty of time. We're 7 games in.
And look, we've been down our center, Drew Dahlman, for 5 weeks now. Lidstrom's might be out today, so we're going to have backups at both at 2 spots on the offensive line. And it is what it is. It's always next man up. I ain't going to bitch or complain or make excuses, but you do what you got to do. Thanks. Just like a Niner fan, you're always serving people, handing all the food and the beverage.
Serving L's, you know what I mean? We're serving L's.
Yeah, shut your face. Hey, congrats on the win. It was a fun game. I can't believe you allowed us to even get back into the game.
Yeah, I was nervous at the end there. A little heart pounding going on, but
Now, do you think the Niners? How are you feeling about the Niners right now? I mean, are you confident that they're going to be able to contend when it comes playoff time, or are you still kind of like just a little unsure?
No, I haven't given up at all. In fact, I'm a little more confident after beating you guys, but I think we're going to go the rest of this season pretty good. Maybe a wild card. I don't know. Our division's kind of up and down. We're all like 4-4, 3-4. So
yeah.
I feel pretty good.
McCaffrey coming back?
I think next week, yeah.
I hope so. I picked him up on fantasy.
Yeah,
I've been sitting on him for all this time.
Next week he's coming back.
Yeah.
Him and
Are
Drake
you guys
Greenlaw.
going to re-sign Purdy?
Say again?
Are you going to re-sign Brock Purdy?
Oh, they better.
You think so? I heard a lot of stuff that they're kind of losing a little confidence in him. Because he's going to you're going to have to pay him $60 million.
That's all outside noise. I think that's all outside noise. They're going to sign him.
All right. No, I love it. Oh, good luck. I root for the Niners because of you. So I wish them. I'll see you, brother.
Enjoy, guys. See you.
All right.
Save some of that bacon and eggs for me.
Oh, you guys, in this time change kind of mess you up. I'm like hungry for lunch. Like I've been up since 5 a.m. and it's been a little crazy. It's been a little crazy. So you think Arizona could win the West? I don't know.
I mean, it's funny because they've had some close games, but no, I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Not a bad team. Which they beat Miami last week. Tua came back. It was his first game back. It was a close game, though.
I don't know if we have any breaking news from Mikey Schefter. Did I miss him? Do we have anything, Mikey Schefter? No, not yet. We haven't heard anything. We're trying to find the actives and the inactives of what's going on in the NFL. But looking again at the Falcons offense versus an absolutely wretched, and I'm putting it kindly, defense of the Cowboys. We saw what Kittles did to Dallas, that tight end. Now they're going up against Pitts, who I think is as our man once said, a genetic freak. I don't know if they've gotten the full potential out of him yet in Atlanta. You could tell me. I got him on my fantasy. Obviously, had a great game last week. Was kind of like might have been the best game of his career with the 2 touchdowns, close to 100 yards. How much trouble are your receivers, especially let's say if Diggs doesn't play? I mean, geez. I mean, is it going to be just a feast for your receivers and Kyle Pitts at tight end?
So our offensive coordinator, Zach Robert, he knows he's good at dialing up plays when necessary. All right. So if the run's working, he'll go run, then pass, run, pass. Like he'll keep defenses on their toes. As far as the receivers, and this is me being real here. Sometimes I look at Cousins and in the pocket, sometimes I'm like, shit. I have that little nervous, twitch going on because he looks uncomfortable at times. But then all of a sudden, when he looks uncomfortable, he's making a great play. He's throwing a nice pass. So that worries me a little bit. I don't know. I mean, it was funny. Last week, he actually not designed plays, but he ran for like 20 yards last week, which, finally I'm glad the pocket opened up. Sorry. The pocket opened up and he actually got, there was one big crucial first down he needed. He ran 12 yards to get that first down. So, but we'll dial up plays Mooney, how he's been so wide open so often this year is beyond me against all these teams. I mean, wide open by 10, 15 yards. And but you watch the underneath, Ray McLeod, he's good underneath. So, that's that's my ace in the hole is Ray McLeod. He's going to be underneath on the passes and that keeps defenses on their toes because it opens up the long ball, right?
Yeah.
So mark my words, Ray McLeod's going to have a touchdown and 50 yards receiving today.
We'll see it. And shout out to my man, Kelly's the same boat I'm in. I mean, we look forward to some college football and Texas Tech had a nice win, beating, I believe they're number 11, beating the number 11 team. So that was good for them. Absolutely. This is just crazy when the Cowboy fans, man, we're trying to find our other things to look forward to, right? McCain's I'm looking forward to. That was just a nice, just such a nice win yesterday. And they battle, man. They battle. And that's what I love. That's the difference. Like when I'm watching Miami and I watch Dallas, like their defense, Miami's defense sometimes reminds me of Dallas, right? Or they're giving up big plays and this and that. But they just battle. They constantly battle. They're relentless, and the offense just keeps moving. And They don't get shook. They don't get rattled. So it's been a lot of fun watching the Hurricanes. It's definitely made life a little bit easier. Like I said, I'm hoping the Cowboys get some Canes on this team because I keep saying it. They got no Canes. They haven't had Canes on this team in a long time. I'm talking legit Canes. And this team has not won nothing since that. I mean, when they were littered with Canes, they won Super Bowls left and right. So you can never, like Michael Irvin once said, you can never have enough Miami Hurricanes on your team.
You can never have enough trophies in life. Hey, Kelly, it's funny. So Kelly, it's funny because Camo was down here, dropped the F-bomb, right, guys? Kelly's a bad influence on the cave with all the
I see that. You know, it's a family show. Here's a little question. Mike, better chance of happening, your Canes winning a national title or the Cowboys sneaking into the playoffs? That's a good question, Steve. Excellent, what I would say, question. What I would say to that, I have money on the Canes winning the national championship. So I'm praying because I didn't have to put much. And one small little investment of $20 can turn into $1,520 if they win the national title. So I am pulling for my Canes to win the national title. I think that's probably a better chance for the Canes. If I'm being honest with you, I think it's a better chance for the Canes right now. The Cowboys, this game is, I hate to always use the word must win, but I'll say this is a must win for the Cowboys because I just think everything spirals downward if they lose.
It is. It's a must win for us, and
I don't think it's a must win for you guys.
And you know what? Our division's weak, but I'd love to just pull away from Tampa Bay right now. Saints, as we predicted, the Saints went to the Aints real fast. I mean, they're going to
get they're getting their guys back, right? I think what's his name? I think what's his name's coming back. The Cowboys, like I said, the Cowboys have got to be. They've got to be right around 500 after the Texans game. If they're not, it's over. If they go 1-3, if they go 0-4 during this 4-game stretch which is pretty much the meat of their season, they have zero hope. Zero hope. Thank you. You saw did you see the beautiful parlay I had? My Canes. The Canes never let me down. That's why I think they're going to win the national title because I put money on it. The Canes came through for your boy. Drinks were on me. I was down at the House of Beers, and we have it. We had it. So Kelly with a brown paper bag coming soon. I hope not. Don't do it. I did the paper bag once. I don't want to see Kelly wearing a paper bag and break. That would crush me, Kelly. You understand what I just said?
Mike Tag said all the drinks, all the champagne, anything you want is on Mike Tag when the Canes take care of their business. And you know what, Carl? What are you talking all this shit for? I mean, really? Jalen Hurts? Give me a break. Look, he's had a couple good weeks in a row, but we know what's going to happen with Jalen Hurts. Ultra was correct. How about that fumble back in the Super Bowl?
Yeah. I mean, the thing I would say, Carl is a, he's a very positive, unrealistic fan. And there's nothing, and I don't mean that in negative. No, I don't mean that bad. I don't mean that bad. There's fans of every level. And I appreciate it because you know what? When they lose, he forgets about it. When they win, he brags about it. And I think that's great. And again, it's no knock on Carl at all. It's just, hey, I'm borderline that way too. I'm always going to be positive, but there's a sense of realness that I know the Cowboys are broken. The Cowboys have a lot of issues. I think the Eagles have a lot of issues. Their issues aren't talent. Their issues are internal. That's the wild card with the Eagles.
Whoa, hey, Carl. How about Atlanta never making it? You can toss my salad, motherfucker, because we've been in the Super Bowl. So
they've been in the Super Bowl,
all right?
Yeah, they've been in the Super Bowl. Atlanta's been in 2 Super Bowls that I know of. Am I missing one?
No, 2. You're correct.
Yeah. You've been in the same amount as you've been in the same amount as they've been in recent years.
Exactly. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, give me a break.
Give me a break. Eagle. Look at. If you're an Eagles fan, Philadelphia is a dump. Who wants to live there? I mean, give me a break. Even Rocky wanted to move.
But I was saying is that the Eagles, if Eagles fall, it's internally. It's not talent. It's too much internal shit going on with their team between the coach and the quarterback and everything else. So
Mustard Boy. Who's Mustard Boy?
Hey, first time commenter. I appreciate it. Long time listener. Thank you so much. definitely comment more. We love the chat. The chat is chat is a little wild sometimes. I don't know if I'd be good in the chat. I mean, there's some ruthless people in this chat. I don't know. Maybe that.
You know what? Well, what were you saying, J-Pat? Thanks, J-Pat. Yes. Chime in every week.
I got it right. Just enjoy the show and watch it. Carl lives under a rock. How can anyone forget the 28?
Look at Kelly with the passive aggressive. Look, I get it, but it's true. We were there, right? So
you let you let them off the hook.
Let him off the hook.
Who's tossing whose salad? You told someone to toss your salad?
Yeah, I told Carl to. He can toss my salad, man. We made it to the Super Bowl, so don't even try me to step over.
Why would you say that to our listeners or loyal listeners?
You know what? Happen to have my young son listen to the podcast, and I don't want to hear that kind of language.
Oh man. So
Felicia is coming.
Yeah, I think Zeke is over. I mean, it's not going to be a loss either way. Maybe it's there's some young running back. Man, I wish they could just go find somebody, but it's going to be in next year's draft. But you know what? What makes you give any confidence that they're going to draft a running back? I don't even know if they draft a running back. They're so arrogant that they don't need one. Then why would they draft one?
You know what, SoCal? I'm right. The Yankees, we made the World Series. I now wish the World Series would have spilled over into November, but we were there and we had something to root for and we're happy. And obviously it's a different situation with baseball and draft picks, versus like football, but we were there. So, it is what it is. And congrats to your Dodgers. I hate to say it. Aaron Boone lost us. Well, that and 3 errors in 1 inning lost us the World Series, but it is what it is. And,
but I tell you, what is up with Freddie, man? Did he have like a postseason of a lifetime?
Yeah, he did. I mean,
man, that's crazy.
Well, first of all, we're not going to get off on baseball talk here, but Aaron Boone lost his first game with poor decision making, and then again, we have up 5-0 at home, choke. Judge drops a ball, Volpe boots a ball, and freaking Garrett.
Like they're playing Little League. You hear what I said, Jimmy?
Little League. Take it easy.
But but what you say, Jimmy, makes sense, because if you look even in football, and you can take like Dallas, a lot of teams, is if you start slow or spiral, it could snowball. And I think that's what happened with the Yankees, because had they won game 1, you might be looking at a totally different series. You know what I'm saying? That's why one little play here and there, one little thing is a difference in winning and losing. One bad decision. Look at Dak Prescott. One bad throw. Why did you throw that interception, last week? And it was just a weirdest throw. It's like, didn't make no sense. And then you had that one, the last drive, it easily should have been intercepted. I mean, it's just little things here and there. That's the problem again with the Cowboys, is they just make little mistakes here and there, and then it snowballs and gets out of hand. And I just don't think this team is mentally tough to bounce back from stuff like. And that's been the story for.
No, you know what it is, and again, sort of outsider looking in, it's a culture thing with the Cowboys right now. I mean, I think that the locker room is lost. Again, lame duck coach. People on podcasts talking all sorts of noise. It's kind of like, it's all about family business. You keep that tight. You don't talk noise. What did Vito Corleone said, you never talk business outside, or Michael Corleone said, don't discuss business outside the family. And unfortunately, with the Cowboys, you guys you're putting that shit on display like it's some Jerry Springer show.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part. Again, as a fan, you hate, because I just don't. And people say, "Well, Mike, how are you a Cowboys fan?" The drama follows Cowboys for as long as everyone can remember. But you got to think back, like social media and stuff like that wasn't like those '90s Cowboys and the '80s Cowboys, and the social media wasn't as big, so you really didn't. You didn't really hear a lot. You heard a lot, but you really didn't hear a lot. Like when we have old guys on the show, and you're listening to Kevin Gogan share some of his stories. You had Crawford Kerr telling it, and Eugene Lockhart, and some of these guys, James Washington. You have them kind of sharing these stories. It's like, holy man, that Lockhart, you guys are crazy. You did what? You made a concoction to try and beat drug tests and this and that. But you didn't, that wasn't all over social media all the time.
No, and you know what? Look, Cuts is right. JJ don't know that rule. You never talk in public, right? So it's just, again, you keep that shit tight. You don't talk business, family business outside in public because
no,
it leads
but
to
he
the
likes
drama.
it. But that's a problem with JJ. He prefers it. He prefers it because he likes the attention. He says it 100 times. And that's just the way it is. And I agree, Steve, 100%. There's no leaders on this team. There's no alpha dogs on this team like a Michael Irvin was. Now, Michael Irvin, hey man, he got himself in some trouble here and there. But when it came down to practice, if you talk to any Cowboy teammate, Miami Hurricane teammate, nobody worked harder than Michael Irvin at practice. Nobody was more prepared at game time. No one demanded the ball. So what he did, Jerry Jones used to say, I need you in a bed at midnight or 10 o'clock. I don't care whose bed it is. I just need you in a bed. And that's the way they ran. But when it came time for business, like you said, there was no sidestepping. They're coming to play and they're focused and they're looking to win. And that's the way it is.
All that crap with Michael Irvin, Mike Tag, nothing but false lies and propaganda. That's all it's about. So it actually, this is funny. With Steven about 2 minutes ago, dirty birds, nasty rats with wings, silence.
And I love Michael Irvin at the game. I just want to say, I think it's so great. And that's something about college football, but it's really something special with the Miami Hurricanes. And I'm glad, Cristobal brought that back because they lost it with some other coaches, is bringing back the former players that, they have a response. They have always said, Irvin said, got a responsibility to impart wisdom and make sure that next generation can carry the torch of the legacy of the Hurricanes. And you get guys more than any other team I've seen. You have got so many former players. They work out there. They work with the players. They're sidelined at the game. They support the team. And there's nothing, I don't see. I know some people bitch about it, like why is Michael Irvin acting over? There is nothing better. I don't see any downside to him being there or the other teammates.
And being down here in Broward County, obviously, my old man, he's a big Canes fan, and even though the whale last night was bitching about $20 on the bill at the dinner,
I can't believe he was doing that. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I'm gonna repeat it. I told him last night, don't worry, because I got a microphone and you don't, so you're gonna listen to every word I have to say. Bitching about $20 on the bill. But everybody is hype about the Canes. Like you can almost, and obviously I don't live here, but you can kind of feel like the hype with the Canes, kind of like, obviously it's not, the Florida Panthers. Everybody's all hyped about the Panther, but it's a football season, and the Canes, you can see it around here, and you can feel the vibe, feel the hype.
A lot of energy, and I would say, and talk about the podcast. Again, another distraction. Micah and Diggs went through their top 10 or 5 or whatever, and they didn't include Dak Prescott. Now, if we're being, if we're going to keep it a buck, Dak Prescott's not a top 10 quarterback this year. He's not playing like a top 10 quarterback. But why do you go there? I know you're doing a podcast and it's fine, but why would you even talk about ranking quarterbacks, or why would you even have that conversation? Nothing good is going to come from it, right? But
I want, if you could put Kelly's comment up, because I got so it is Kelly. Here's the thing, and obviously what started as a crank call is the truth. The run sets up the pass offense and all that. So you got no running game, so obviously they're going to zero in on Dak Prescott, and that's why he's not having the stats he did last year. I said 6 months ago when the season ended, I said, look, I'd sign him in a heartbeat, because in Atlanta, there's no freaking pressure, there's no drama, there's no Jerry Jones. Arthur Blank knows how to mind his business when it comes to player personnel decisions. So I would have taken him on the Falcons in a heartbeat. Yeah, and I'm serious. Now I'm gonna get shit when I go downstairs after the podcast. with my NFC, but with Moose and Camel Piper, they're going, no, I was serious. I said that 6 months ago, and I'd even say it today. With all the weapons he has and a two-headed monster running game, Algier and Bijan. I mean, shit, man. He needs to run. He's not running the ball when he has the opportunity.
No, I think that's the biggest problem, and that's on Dak. Is I seen it. Like there was one of the passes he threw to somebody. I mean, it was in the 49er game. You had 7-8 yards ahead, get the first down slide, but he's not running. And then you have the coach coming, or you got the owner, excuse me. I guess he's the coach too. You got the owner, Jerry Jones, coming out.
Yes.
And he's saying why he doesn't run. They don't want him there. I mean, this is a freaking football game. This is a football player. You do whatever you need to do to win, whether it be run for the first down, throw for the first down, run for the touchdown, throw for the touchdown. What you cannot have it in your mind, well, I'm just going to sit back here and I'm not going to run. Look at Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, Kelly talked about it. We talked about it on our show Wednesday. He doesn't run like he doesn't have design runs, but he's very strategic in how he runs. He runs where he needs to, and he gets out of bounds. He slides or whatever. You see people doing this all the time, and I just don't understand why that's a problem. I mean, it just makes no sense. I broke down his runs, and I broke down. He is averaging 2.4 yards a carry, which means he's not running at all. He's basically eluding a sack and then just getting dropped at, just past the line of scrimmage. There's one down. It's just ridiculous.
I had a grandmother once. She can probably, get 2 yards of rush. But, the thing is, and I'm trying to be tactful here. I'm not trying to be a dick. But I think not only has Jerry always had this issue with, micromanaging, and I think Frankie, somebody said in the chat, micromanaging. I think he's getting older and he's losing it, and he's saying stupid shit in public, and he's making poor decisions, and people are probably afraid, like telling your boss or telling where, to keep your mouth shut. That's not going to happen, and I think he's got dementia. I'm just going to say it. He's getting there because he's saying stupid.
Just
unreasonable things in public.
Yeah. And just Ted catching on, I saw a comment by Peter, and I put it on there about you don't want to pay injured players. They have insurance. They take insurance policies out. There's injury policies. So it's not like they if he got hurt, a catastrophic injury, insurance is going to be paying most of that. You know what I mean?
Want to know something? Insurance.
Insurance.
Insurance, very, very important in life. You got to have insurance, and you got to pay a lot of money for that insurance to make sure that your family or your team member is safe and secure and they can sleep at night.
Yeah. And again, the whole Dak re-signing, I really don't care either. And I said it even before. I think
Mark,
if they want to re-sign him, if they want to re-sign him, they can re-sign him. If they don't. But once you re-sign him, I'm done talking about whether that was a good signing or bad. I'd move on. I really don't care. So
Dak was a good signing.
Super Bowl. If you don't win a Super Bowl, it's a bad signing. So if the Cowboys don't win a Super Bowl, bad signing. If the Falcons don't win a Super Bowl, then Cousins will end up being a bad signing.
Hey, Mark, well, two things. First of all, congrats on your Celtics hitting about 27 or 33 pointers to whoop our ass last week. But we were watching, so, there's a handful of us down from New York at it's birthday weekend. So anyway, we were watching the Cowboys Cave pre-tailgate podcast from the night before. And the funniest thing was when you and Mike Tag is here and I'm here and we're talking, and you can kind of see the look on my face where it was about the parallel parking situation, right? And you see me just kind of like, and I get up and go, and I think, Mark, you could have beaten Flojo in the friggin' 100-meter dash. When you saw me going toward your truck, you were like this, and he went to that truck so fast it would make your head spin. Mark, when I come back down to AT&T, I'm going to give you some pointers on parallel parking, so you ain't got to deal with drunk people.
He definitely needs it. Have we heard any latest news? I was checking anything. No, nothing yet. Nothing yet. It's been quiet. I mean, a quiet morning. The time change messed it up. I'm thinking it's like 12 o'clock. I think it's almost game time. Game time.
It was funny last night. We were kind of joking that it's a 25-hour day, so we can stay up a little bit later. Oh, so somebody's spamming us. I can't deal with that.
I got it. Yeah. You're doing what?
No, it was a 25-hour day, which is awesome. What time is it in the United States? It's 11:03 a.m. Sunday morning, November 3rd. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time.
Are we on winter time, Jimmy?
Winter time, yeah, right. It's standard time is winter time, right? I think, or something like
fall
that.
Back. We're on fall back.
Fall back, yeah. Bought me an extra hour drinking last night.
Frankie and I are going to the Tyson Jake Paul fight. So any of you guys that are going to be out there next in a couple of weeks, we're going to be or 3 weeks, whatever it is. We're going out, flying out Friday. Mikey and I are going to fly out, and we're going to the Jake Paul fight. And then we got a whole weekend. It's going to be like a weekend. So it's going to be fun. And then we got the Monday night game. I thought they were going to have the fight on Saturday. Kind of messed it up, but
which they should. By rights, Saturday would be the best day to have it. I don't understand why they're not doing it on Saturday.
Yeah. And I'm going to assume, because Frankie and I are probably close in age, he's on Team Tyson. My son is I think he's on Team Jake Paul. So we're gonna have to see what happens, but I hope Mike Tyson absolutely annihilates him. But I don't know
all these rules, the weight of the gloves and all this shit. It's like, hopefully it's a real fight, not some like fake, like that high school wrestling and shit. Fake. We don't want fake. We want real.
I think it's gonna be. They call it an exhibition, but I think it might be an exhibition, kind of like Rocky IV when
this is supposed to be. An exhibition.
Started out as a joke, I think it's going to get real. I think it's going to get real, right? I think it's going to end up being a legit fight.
I hope so, because obviously it's more of a spectacle. Let's be frank here; it's more of a spectacle, big money maker. Well, what was a couple of years ago that my kid, Dom, my kid and I were supposed to go at Madison Square Garden, and it got canceled. I don't remember why. It was COVID, whatever the hell it was. We ended up not going. But you guys are having a good time. That's going to be fun.
And I don't know, Mark. I know I don't know if I forgot you live there. If you want to let me know if I haven't gotten the tickets. I'm going to kind of wait till the last week. So I'm picking up a ticket for Frank, for him, and obviously I got to grab one for Mikey and I. So
Steve, unwrap your birthday. You know what? My phone's going to be blowing up later if things don't go my way today.
Well, here's the thing is this is the position that I'm now in. Like, I'm now like, as Cowboy fans, they know that everyone comes out of the woodwork when we lose. But now it's kind of like we stink. So now it's my turn. So now I go in the Rolodex when I see Philadelphia lose. I'm going to go in the Rolodex for my Eagle fans and reach out to them like they did to me. When I see other teams lose of my friends, now it's my turn to be a pain in the ass and be one of those. And they're going to say my team stinks. And I say, I know they stink, but your team lost. So what? Now you know how it feels. So I'm going to do the same. Jimmy and I have always been good friends, and we've had a mutual respect. I don't think I've ever.
We don't.
I don't even think I've ever even called.
Right. We don't. There was one drunken night we were, kind of going at it about football. But no, you're right. There's mutual respect. We don't act like a-holes, with sports against each other and shit.
Yeah.
I just show Carl what I'm drinking. And, first of all, I don't know if it's a public service announcement or just like defending my own honor. You guys see me at my best with the Four Locos and the beer and all. Man, I'm a saint at home. It's my birthday weekend. On Sundays, I'm drinking iced tea and water. But today, it's a birthday weekend. Camel Piper, I'm thirsty. Where's my beer? Can you bring me a beer, please? Camel Piper, if you're still on the podcast. Bring me a beer. I'm running out here. But
I got the pool heated as we speak. It's getting heated up. We're going to have a nice afternoon. We'll watch some Cowboys chilling out outside. It's a beautiful day out. and we're gonna, and hopefully this Cowboy team, leads us to victory. I know you don't want that. I want that. There's a lot of Cowboy fans that don't want that. They're on your side, Jimmy. They want us to lose. So you got a lot of people rooting for you.
I'm feeling more love than you are in the Cowboys cave.
I know. We might have to call it the Falcons cave. Falcons cave. That's what we're going to change the name.
Damo Piper, can you put? Thank you. You see.
You may enter. You make sure you tell him we don't acknowledge him unless he knocks. All right. So let's just get it out of the way. I want to know.
There you go.
It's prediction time. It's so sad when I got a Giants fan talking shit.
Oh, hey, Moose.
Really
bugs me. It's so sad there's a Giants fan in the neighborhood.
Oh, God.
Okay, well, say it out loud. He said the Giants are sad, and that is correct. So
okay, as long as it's just very.
I just want to get some.
They're about as sad as an organization can be.
So
now, do you fire the GM for what they did with Barkley? I watched that thing. I mean, or did you good with Barkley leaving?
I'm good with him leaving. On the Giants, he was always one step away from a high ankle sprain, out for 4 games. He's playing well in Philly because they have more weapons than we do.
And your defense has been good. Your defense has been good. Is your rookie running back? Is he playing today?
I don't know. But our defense is elite. I mean, Sexy Dexy's probably, one of the best in the league,
No, absolutely. That's why I think if you got your running game going, you guys could beat Washington today. I don't think in Washington, I laugh at it. I said the Giants, they didn't have a kicker. I mean, you guys beat the Giants without even scoring a touchdown because they didn't. If they had a kicker, the Giants win the game. I mean, they're acting like they annihilated the Giants and the Giants. I mean, they're about the same team. You know what I'm saying?
The worst part of that play was our kicker gets hurt on a touchdown that's called back.
Yeah.
And then that was that. But that's the Giants season in a nutshell. The would have beens, the could have beens, the should have beens.
Yeah, but I want to say one thing. So, Moose is a Giants fan, but he's rooting for his team. It isn't like all this doom and gloom. Oh, we're going to pay for the we won't.
Look at my man Kelly, 38-20. Jimmy, he's on your side. He's got us getting our ass whooped.
Kelly, I knew I loved you, Kelly. I knew I loved you, baby.
He's just doing that because it's your birthday weekend. I think some of this is because it's a birthday weekend. Let's give Jimmy a little bit of love.
No, what I'm saying is, though, again, when we're watching the game today, he ain't going to be like, oh, hopefully we drop this one for, like a draft pick. You don't do that. I mean,
look at my man Edgar.
Okay, Edgar.
17,
I love
and he's breaking out a CeeDee
don't see that. If it's me, I wouldn't mind postponing it a little. No, I'm thinking maybe 31-17. I don't think we're going to drop 42.
Mark is 24-17. I like that. I think the Falcons are going to get 30. I think Dallas gets 31. How about that? I think Dallas gets 31. The Falcons get 30. I will never, and I just put it, I will never in my life. Now, I may think it in my head. I may have doubts, but it'll be a cold day in hell before I ever going to pick another team to beat my team.
You don't do that.
I can't do it. Now, I respect everyone.
You and I, we think similarly.
I can't argue, but I can't do it. I can't.
And there's a reason, you know this. I don't bet on my own teams because of that reason. I can, even if I, logically know that my team might lose a game, I can't bet. I don't bet on my teams, and there's a reason why, and that's why.
Yeah.
40-27.
40-27. Kelly wants to live stream during the game.
It's funny. Is that maybe we can pull that
Steve,
off?
you just said we stink. No, I appreciate it, though. But see, that's what Steve is like me. We argue about the team. We tear Steve stinks, but at the end of the day, Steve is coming through 28-27. That's what I love. Thank you, Steve. He's a fellow Hurricane, so I know he'd come through.
I think he's drank more than me this weekend.
Frankie, Cowboys 17-14. I think it'd be a much higher score. We got breaking news. Breaking news. Hold on a minute. We got some breaking news. We got to figure this out. Where's our breaking news? Wait a minute, Maggie. Where's it at? Let's get him on
Where's
here.
Mikey Schefter
We
at?
got breaking news.
Mikey Schefter in the house.
Yeah. Breaking news for the Dallas Cowboys. Someone said it in the chat. He beat me to it, but Trayvon Diggs is active, so that's
He's
good.
active. All right, I can't see stuff. So here it is.
News.
Trayvon Diggs is active. We knew it was a smoke screen. We knew they were setting him up. We knew we wanted to get Atlanta thinking they're going to play some scrubs in our secondary. It's all psychological warfare. That's what I like to see. Now they're playing dirty. They
What are
always
you
said
bringing up that minor league
I
for?
like it.
Now we have some fantasy football news. Puka
What do we got?
Nacua
Bring
is
it in.
expected to play.
Who?
Puka Nacua.
Who?
Puka
Oh,
Nacua.
Nakua's expected to play.
He didn't practice all week with a quad injury, so I guess he's expected to play. And Jordan Love is also expected to play.
Jordan Love expected to play.
Some good
Absolutely.
fantasy football news. It's been slow today, so I'm glad we finally
It
got
has
some
been a
news.
slow day. Ben, let's get Mike. Let me get you right, Mike. Get you there. You go. We got to get you the right thing there. So, any other important news that you're hearing with the Cowboys? Zeke, is there any thought of what's going to happen moving forward? Any of your connections? Any of your people saying come Monday? What is going to happen?
Now, here's my opinion about
It's
it.
gonna be all right. Come on,
I think this is his last week with
be
the
holding
team.
you tight.
Per me, I think this is his last week with the team because I just don't think they can't get the run game going. So obviously, someone's got to go. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is, and with him being late to meetings, it's just a cherry on top. I think he'll get cut with the trade deadline coming up. I think this is it for him.
We've got a couple other questions for you. We got any news on Amari Cooper, Tony Pollard? Are you hearing anything they're playing, not playing?
Amari Cooper is questionable. They really haven't said anything about it, but Tony Pollard would be a game time decision.
What time do they play?
I think they play at 1:00. Brian Robinson.
About 15 more minutes. They're going to have the inactives. They should be having the inactives.
Titans. Yeah, they play the Patriots at 1:00. And then Brian Robinson's also a game time decision.
All right.
The Commanders running back. So that's it for now.
All right. Appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
All right. We have breaking news here in the cave.
I mean, that's what
about all that crap, whatever, all those pregame shows. This is the pregame show you want. This is your lead into Monday Night Football tomorrow. That's a cuts. That's what I was laughing at.
I don't know. Is it? Does he have the? Are you guys? Is Cuts has us winning, or does he think you're going to give extra 50 points because you're turning 50 today? And you're going to beat us 67-30. What's going on here, Cuts?
I don't have my toque, so I can't even hide my gray hairs today. It sucks. But it's crazy because, like you said, you have the big matchup with Washington today.
We're losing Jimmy. Am I losing Jimmy? Jimmy?
No, it was me.
Oh, there you go.
No, that was me, like my hangover. The thing is you're talking about the NFC East. People goof on our division, but you know what? The NFC East is up for grabs, and I mean that sincerely.
It is. It's not. I mean,
and I know Carl's going to get. Thank you, Cuts. I know Carl's going to be. You know what? They dropped 7 in a row because they got distractions too. And I think that our Paisan coach there in Philly lost the locker room also, and that dopey security guard. They got their own bit of drama. So let's be real here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you had Frankie having some beers for you in Germany. He's having real beer right there.
Hey, Frankie, the last time, Mrs. Jimmy Dee, if I called her up here right at a talk, the last time when I was down at in Munich at the it was a year ago or summer before last at the famous, beer garden. I forget the name of it. I don't know. I don't really remember leaving. I don't remember being there. And that place is cool.
Let's answer this, and I'll answer it as well. Kelly, boys, Broncos Raiders. Now Kelly's special lady is a Broncos fan. Make no mistake about it. His girl's feeling optimistic. Nick's is playing well. My brother's a big Broncos fan as well. His family is. I think the Ravens, because they lost last week, I think the Ravens are going to beat them. I think it's going to be a good game. Now, that being said, I've got a vested interest in it. So, Kelly, I am a little biased because I did a 3-team parlay against Uncle Cheech's words, but I had a little bit of money left over because Texas Tech, I believed in Kelly, so I bet some money. I'm reinvesting that money into today. So I've got the 3-team parlay just to win. I've got the Bills, I got the Ravens, and unfortunately, you had to take somebody to make the money worthwhile, and I had to take the Cowboys. So that's a 3-team parlay. So I got to root for the Ravens. But Jimmy, what do you think about that game?
No, you know what it is? It's funny because we don't talk AFC much. I tell you, Denver was a Bo Nick. I mean, that's, and I hate to admit it because of our mutual friend, that's a team that's they're poised to take care of their business. Not this season. Today's game, I think you're right. The Ravens, they need a win. They got embarrassed. They need to take care of their business today. But the Broncos, that was a good pickup for them in the draft for that quarterback.
And
they lose today. They lose by 10 today.
Is legit. The Broncos, the Ravens aren't going to run roughshod over them like they did against us. Derrick Henry's going to have his work cut out. Lamar Jackson's going to have their work cut out. If the Broncos won, it would not shock me at all.
No.
I haven't seen enough of the Broncos games to see how their offense is doing. My brother said that they're playing better, and Knicks has gotten better and better each week.
They are.
And they've got a couple running backs, not great running backs, but they got solid running backs. Obviously got Sutton. I mean, they got, okay weapons, probably not where they want to be, but they're winning, and their defense is legit. So, but anyway.
No, you know what it is? Their defense is legit, but it gets back to what we said for 25 years. The running game sets up the pass. That's the way it works. If you have no running game, they're going to be just zeroing out on the quarterback. They're going to have somebody spying the quarterback. Linebackers are going to be spying the quarterback. And you need a running game in this league. You cannot not have a running game and think your quarterback's going to be throwing up numbers. That ain't happening.
Yeah. And I would compare Sean Payton to McCarthy. They're the exact same coach. They're the exact same coach. Look at their record. Look at their playoff. Look at their Super. Each got a Super Bowl. One had Rodgers. One had Breeze. I don't know. I don't know who Steve was talking to. Maybe someone was saying something about him, but they're two of the same to me.
I was thinking the same thing. Where'd Sean Payton come up from?
I don't know. Well, because he's the coach of the Broncos. But
okay.
Their careers have been mirrored of each other pretty similarly. So I guess you could wait and see what happens later. But their careers aren't done. But they've been pretty much the same. So. Anyway,
I wish Kelly would jump in on the podcast right now live. So
he's probably recovering. I mean, he's a very, my guess is, that extra hour didn't help him much. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I can't talk anything because it didn't help me either.
No. But hey, we're gonna start to wrap this up. But again, great time. Any of you guys that are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that thumbs up. We've got 250 of you guys hanging with us. Hit that thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. If you're watching on X, go over to YouTube and hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Look, man, I don't know what's gonna happen with the Cowboys. I sure hope they win. Make me feel good.
Thank you, Vince.
There we go. Let's see, man. What's up, Cowboys?
Here we go.
Let's get that dub and still move on to stopping. Absolutely. Brian Robinson is inactive. That came out. Brian Robinson is inactive. That's going to hurt the Washington team. Anyway, so appreciate all the support. We do our live shows. Jimmy and I Monday, Kelly and I Wednesday. Always do kind of a pregame. Might do a postgame. We'll see how it goes because I got to see how the day goes. I got nothing else to do. So maybe I'll pop in and hopefully see you guys maybe after the game. But look, the Cowboys might let us down. The Cowboys cave ain't never going to let you down. Mike Tag, Kelly, K9, Jimmy D, Mikey Schefter, all of us. Hey, no one going to let you down. We're going to have a good time. And we'll get through this. We'll get through this together for the Cowboy fans. And maybe our college teams are doing good. Win some, McCain's and you guys, Texas, we got all this stuff. SEC's overrated. I've said it a million times. You guys don't want to listen to me. You saw what happened. Let's get Mikey Schefter on here to see if there's anything else that we're missing. Mikey Schefter, anything we got before we sign out?
We might have news on Brian Robinson.
We just saw that he's
Someone said it
inactive.
in the chat. I think it's real.
Yeah.
They said Brian Robinson is inactive.
Yes. So you confirming? You're confirming.
I'm confirming he's inactive today, but that's pretty much it for now.
All right, Mikey Schefter, we appreciate you hanging with us, giving us all the latest. We will see you maybe either after if we do a post game, or we will see you during the week. Appreciate it. Take care. All right, take care, Mike. All right, Jimmy D. We have nothing else. I wish you luck, but I'm lying. I hope we beat the shit out of you. I'm sure the feeling's mutual.
It is
but
mutual.
It's definitely it's unfortunate. You know, we had plans that we were going to be at the game. This was going to be one of our Cowboy Cave road shows. But your birthday, you had a lot of, obviously some family stuff going on. So this week didn't work out.
Yeah, I know. I remember. So if you guys were on for the show we did when they announced the schedule, before the schedule was announced, Mike Tag said, "So Jimmy, what weekends can you not make it? So there's no excuses, none of it." And of course, it had to be this weekend.
Yeah, 1 of 17, and it fell on the 1. So
that's exactly, Carl. What's my number?
Is he trying to pick you up, Jimmy?
What do you want me to talk dirty on? Get out of here! You're kidding me?
Yeah. Anyway, hey, I'll leave you guys with this. Any of you guys who don't watch Tulsa King, you're missing out. I woke up early, went ahead and watched Tulsa King. Watched the episode from today because I had time to kill. I mean, that is one of my favorite shows. I love Sly. I'm going to be sad when that show's over. I'm just digging it every week. I can't wait for the new episode, but definitely you guys check it out. Again, hit that like, hit the subscribe on your way out. We appreciate it. Jimmy, you have a good day. Enjoy your birthday weekend, and hopefully your Falcons lose and lose royally. You know what I'm saying? So, all right.
How can you be so sure? How can you be so sure?
Go ahead, Jimmy. Give us your.
How can you be so sure?
What?
How can you be so sure?
Good. That's it?
No, remember?
I'm trying. Oh, how can you be so
lose
sure?
royally?
Yeah. How can you be so sure? I missed. It sounded like you said something else. So, well, we'll see you Monday, and then voting day is Tuesday, so it may be crazy Wednesday, but Kelly and I will be there. What I would say is, whatever you guys do, always go out and vote. You
got to do your civic
duty. Don't bitch. How's that? You know what I mean?
Exactly. I like cuts. That is my number. Why'd you give it out on the air? I don't appreciate that.
Is that his number?
No, it's my number. And cuts
you gave your number out on the air?
Yeah. Okay.
What are you pulling?
I can't believe you held on all that time to just swear on the air.
All right, guys. You guys take care. Have a good Sunday. I got to get ready to watch some football. Good luck to all your teams. I'll see you.
Have a great day. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Yep.
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need somebody.